Okay guys, I am back and we are going to be making these pieces of ephemera here. This video is going to be a little bit longer than 15 minutes because I feel like I need to kind of show you what I'm doing for like the measurements and things like that. I know a ton of you could probably figure it out, but we do have new people, so I want to make sure that the new kids can see how to utilize like the entire page. For me, that's really important because I really do not like a ton of scraps hanging around. I got so much packed into my little room that I have to really be careful not to make, you know, well, you've seen my bags of scraps back when I wasn't paying attention to all of those, you know, that sort of thing. So, this is the one that I usually bring you one that's already kind of ready. So we're going to work on making all the tag bases for these, or card bases, whichever you, all right, so let me show you really quick how I did this. And we're going to be doing it quite frequently throughout this next phase of videos. So if you have questions, ask away. I'm going to use this little cutter for now to see if we can get it done with it. If not, in some of the videos, we may have to bring over the large cutter. Okay, so this big tag back here, I made at 3.5 inches because obviously, I'm assuming, excuse me, that we're just gluing down the very edges, and 3.5 should fit, okay? By the time it's glued onto a page, that should fit and go up and down, I'm assuming. So we're on dangerous territory right now. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that at 3.5. Okay, and again, if you have scraps that are right at the same side that you want to use those. And then since my cutter isn't very wide, then I'm just going to kind of guesstimate what 3 or 7 inches is. So it's about there. Okay, save this little piece because we're going to use that in a different pocket series, okay? Or not pocket series, but pocket. Okay, so then we have that back piece. Now, the card here is a little over 4. It's about 4 1/8, okay? That's my measurements. Again, if you did something else, then obviously cut it to fit your pockets. For my pockets, I'm just giving you my measurements. Okay, so I'm a little bit wide for that because it's actually technically like 4 1/16. Okay, so then I used this right here to kind of gauge out where the next one's is. So it's really like 5 3/8 is about right to fit in that pocket. For some reason, that doesn't seem like it's very straight. It's probably not. Okay, but before you continue on, you're going to want to grab your envelope, and you may have to monkey around with it a little bit because each one might be a little bit off. Okay, so then we have the card that goes in there inside the envelope, and then with this one, it's about the right length and width anyways, right? So this is one of the scraps. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one's going to be a little bit different. And oh, that's right, that's what I did. Okay, so let me refresh my memory. This one is a 2 inch by 3.5, I believe. Yep. So this piece here that we cut off, we're going to go, we're going to go 2 because it's right about 3.5. So we're going to go 2. And then, yep, right about 3.5, okay? And that's the end we cut off of the card here, okay? Right? Yes. No. I can't remember. I'll have to go back through the video. But so then there's your tag. So then you're left with this piece here, okay? And this piece. Okay, these are both very perfect sizes for a later one because this one's just under 3.5. Okay, by 8.5. And then this one is 3.5 by, should be about 5. Yep, 3.5 by 5. Okay. So set those aside and then keep your little thing here. So we've already almost got more tag bases for this one. Okay. All right. So through all of these, that's kind of the rhyme and reason that I've done with these. Okay. And I need to move these because I'm going to get confused. So one piece of paper made 4 of our tags, if that makes sense. Okay. And all right, give me 2 more seconds because I'm kind of freaking out here. 2, 3 of the cards. And I haven't actually done any of the other cutting, except for a few little things here. Okay, so then these are the big tags in the back. These are for our little tags there. And then I need to cut more of this one. Now, I'm going to not cut it out of that one since I just cut some off of one of the other ones. I'm going to go ahead and take that same piece and cut my 2.5 inch off of each and make 3 of those, if that makes any sense. So, no, 2 inch. Ugh. See, I'm all kind of, I got out of the rhythm because I took an intermission on recording. And so now I'm all like, kind of frazzle dazzled. Okay, so now that I've got kind of my bases, now is when I'm going to kind of start my time. And yes, I know that I'm going to run over this time. So I'm just going to kind of start it now. Okay, so yeah, we've got all of this going. Once we get them kind of set, yeah, then it usually goes pretty quick. Okay, so, and I know I've showed you before, but I have a ton of these scraps that I'm trying to get used up. So what I need to do is kind of coordinate the remaining pockets here. I set this aside. Boy, you know, guys, I am getting all kinds of weird. I might have to pause the video and like regroup. I don't know. All right, so that one's done. All right, so I'm just going to lay these out so that I can kind of whip through them. Oh, and I didn't cut those, right? Because we want those at 7. See, all kinds of flustered. So girls that are doing this with me, don't freak out. We'll try to make the 15-minute mark as often as we can. And when we don't make them, then we don't make them, right? It's not what it's all about per se, right? It's about getting it done and feeling accomplished and all the other stuff that comes with it. So we're going to stick that there. This here. This here. Okay. We need one here, and one here. And then we need one here, one here, one here, one, and one. Okay. So I'm going to deal with each pocket individually. And I picked the green for these ones, mostly because I didn't really like the cream with it, and I didn't really want to use white. So that is my reasoning behind these. And I figure by the time we add laces and stuff, we'll be all right. Okay, so let's start at this one. All right, so I'm going to pull this one. And again, I'm not sure if I have. Pull one of those. I know you're probably thinking, what the heck was she thinking with all these like different, like what did she do for all these scraps? Well, this is back before I really knew what I was doing. And so unfortunately, it has, I'm going to go ahead and pull those and maybe those, that would look nice. Yeah, like I said, before I really knew what I was doing is when this all kind of got started. So yeah, I am bound and determined to use up all of these. And I think I'm making my Christmas cards with these ones since you saw I have an abundance of that one. All right, so that's not going to work for all of it. So I'm going to have to dig around again. in this little pile here and see what we come up with. Because if you notice, they're all kind of the same size. Yeah, I have this grandiose plan of making, you know, all kinds of cards and tags and, you know, whatnots. And, well, you know, I ended up needing way less than I cut. And then I was bummed because I, like, used all my paper. And, yeah. You live and you learn. But now we're going to turn the mistake into something fun, right? Okay, so we have an abundance of these. So I'll pull a couple of those. That's more cardstock. Some mittens would match in there. That little tree one would kind of match in there. I'll kind of pull another one of those. One of those. I know, it seems a little ridiculous, right? And then you're probably wondering, well, why are they so disorganized? Well, because I cut several sheets at one time. And I just think we're going to have to end up going with some of these snowflakes to kind of pull the blues back in, because I don't have any more of like this Holly Jolly one. I've used all those ones up. So again, totally fine. We're just going to go, and it's going to be eclectic anyways. So I need to just stop being so particular about it, I guess. All right, so let's start. And I may have to pull in another couple of pieces to kind of make it all right, but this one's kind of tall and not quite as tall as I would like it. So maybe we'll save the music for that. I have music over here that we'll cut a sheet if we need it. So let's see. How about we go, is that my last one of that one? Or did I just not pull one? Oh, now that I've spent 5 minutes looking for paper. All right, let me pause this because I know I have just a little bit more of this somewhere. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, well, it turns out that this is pretty much the last piece in this. So we are just gonna go with it, and it's gonna be just a little bit different than I thought it was gonna be, but that is the way we have to roll, right? That's the good and the bad of using up our scraps, is that we can't always have exactly the ones we want. And I apologize in advance. I may have to pause the videos that I'm filming today quite a bit because our pretty little Piper got spayed yesterday. And so I just need to make sure that she, if she needs to go to the bathroom or whatever, you know, she can't be let out on her own. So I gotta be a good puppy mom. So far she's doing well. She's not drinking as much as I wish that she would, but I know that's kind of a common thing. Okay, and then remember we kind of dulled it down, so I'm just going to take my sponge in there like this, and I am 100% sure we're going to go way over 15 minutes on these. So I'm going to go ahead and use the new glue sticks. I'm not fighting that too. So again, I apologize during these challenges if I get quiet. It really is down to concentration. So yeah, see, it's not quite as big as I would have wanted it, but you know what? Maybe in the end, it'll turn out good. I'm using my corner rounder, and I'm doing it at the quarter inch punch part. Okay, so we'll slide that in there for a later date. Okay, let's do the tag because I need to cut. Oops, sorry, Pipes. She does like to sleep right underneath my feet. So, yeah, all right. So, yep, I know I'm off camera, guys, but I need to cut this really quick. And it's just a music sheet that came out of my new paper pack. I'm going to cut a couple while I'm here, and then I'll probably have to get out a new one. Again, should have had more prepared, but That's why we call it a challenge, right? To see what we can actually get done. Okay. So this is how I did mine. Feel free to do yours, how you want to do yours. There. Yeah, I kind of wondered if this might be a little ambitious to try to get all of these tags for all 3 done in 15 minutes, but I think if you if you kind of come prepared, I think you can really put them together. Now, what I do with these is I go ahead and tear the corners first, and then that helps me guide where I'm going to clip the tag portion. Okay, and since this is cardstock or thicker paper, I'm going to go and use this. I usually only use glue stick if it's paper, like thin paper. I mean, obviously this is all paper, but okay. Put my ink around the edge, and I don't need 2 inks open. Oh, I'm a goob. So I didn't say in the beginning, I hope you all are well. And then I'm going to use my standard hole puncher. Oh, and Bo is painting. I can hear him shaking up his pens. He's using paint markers. That'll be interesting to see what he's doing. All right, so then the next one here, I'm gonna grab, let's see, we use that. Oh, and I did find in my thing here, let's go ahead and make one of those. I think too, what I found true last time I recorded a bunch at once, I found that since I didn't really take breaks between all of it, I was able to get them done quicker. It like got me into the challenge a lot quicker. And I am finding like this first one, if you guys will remember back, the first set of pockets I did, it seemed like it took forever. I went over on time, terribly frustrated, but I think if you were to sit down and do like one part of the series, you know, at once, then you would find that it is, much easier that way. Okay, what can we do for this one? Kind of want to pull in those blues. So, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll end up liking it. I don't know. Let's just go with it, right? If we hate it, we can always change it, right? We don't have to stick with something we don't like. That's not hard on the eyes, is it? Like the colors totally match. And I know, like, I was thinking about that. I was like, I wonder if people ever wonder why, like, I tear some edges and then I leave some edges. I actually like that. That's kind of when you're discovering your style. I kind of just like that. I kind of like that it's haphazard. Okay, again, I'm going to tear my corner. I do like the haphazard look. Can't even lie about that. Like the kind of on purpose look, I guess maybe is what I'm trying to say. This time I am going to make it a little bit better and do this over here. Sticky fingers. Okay, boom. One set of pockets done. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Let's get started on the next one. Okay, we already have this one cut, so this should go a little faster. And guys, it doesn't matter where you start, just start, right? I think it was, because I'm recording these all on Saturday, so Gail was saying today, you know, it's using up scraps is one of those things where it's like you use up scraps to like make, and you make more scraps. That is so true, isn't it? But I mean, I do actually have, that is part of the series, is that we're going to be going through all these little things that I'm tearing apart and I've saved back. Those are going to go, we're going to make some scrappy cards and stuff like that. So and see, I was worried that I wouldn't, well, I was worried about two things. Like, okay, what can I actually get it done in 15 minutes? Or what if I just whiz through it and it's not even 15 minutes, you know? I don't know. Stuff you stress about and you shouldn't, right? Just do it. Just do it. And if you want to like stop to decorate, that's fine too. I mean, I know some of the girls are using them in their current journals, which is great. You know, if it helps you get more ephemera built up that way, then do that, you know. Oh, poor Piper, I missed the trash can, and now those little green pieces I just cut off are sitting on her head. Poor baby. She was a good girl last night, though. Like, she just was, the only interest she had was sitting in her kennel. I am a little worried she isn't drinking enough water, in my opinion. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that today, just to make sure that our little sweetheart doesn't get sick or whatever. And since we're going with the electric thing, I'm going to stop stressing out so much about what kind of papers are being used, and I'm just going to use them. And once that little tag was made, I didn't mind so much it being like a blue and a green. I can never even say that word. Eclectic. There you go. And then I think after we're done making all of our tags, I think we're going to do a week or two of embellishments. I'm still kind of working out exactly which ones we're going to do. I think paper clips for sure. Maybe a fabric flip or two. We'll do some clusters. And then, and all of those will be heavily inspired by certain people, and I will definitely try to remember to link those when we get to that point. And by now, there should be links to everybody who's doing it. And then I also am putting in a to the parts of the video, or the actually, if we just use this, right, it should be about the right size, and we'll just cut off the end of it. Now we're thinking. The Instagram, because Amy at Crafty Cat is kind of showing as she goes along, and so is Gail. They're not, I mean, they're doing the challenge, just not like videoed. If we, but they are posting like pictures on their Instagram too. So if you're on Instagram, or if you're not on Instagram and you want to be, do what you want, but I'll go ahead and put, and then, and now I can't remember the names off the top of my head because I'm kind of stressing out here. There we go. I was messing with my head for a second because it's the opposite direction as the other two pockets I've done. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Instagrams. I will put what their Instagram names are, so you can go check those out if you would like to. See, once we get going, it'll go faster, I think. Because it's already, to me, it feels like it's already going faster. Because we got 2 down, 1 more set to go. Right? How funny is that? I feel like I've been doing it so long, I lost track of where we are. And then I think after we're done with the embellishments, then we'll go into the decorate them. Like I think I said before, we'll make like we will make the signatures and all that, and then we'll decorate together if you want. Yeah, we'll just, by that time, it'll be probably closer to the end of October. And then at that point, then we should probably know really like what we're doing as far as, do we have what am I trying to say? You know, are we gonna add like say Lorna Taylor's Christmas packs? Are you guys gonna be using your packs you buy in the store? You know, that sort of thing. We'll know which direction we're going. Okay, so that's 2. Let's get this 3rd one whipped out. And again, I'm gonna have to probably, unless one of these, I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these and just cut the tag down just a little bit. It's not gonna hurt anything, right? We're making the rules. Making the rules as we go. That way I don't have to stop and try to cut more like music. That makes the most sense to me. Because I still think no matter what, it should be right about the, you know, it'll still come up above the pocket. And again, if you want these like perfect, like cut wise, go ahead and do that. It's kind of whatever your style is going to be. I'm kind of cringing to see how long I've actually taken doing these. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that is a little bit scary for me right now. I kind of just figure that all out. You know, it is what it is, right? There we go. I'm hoping it's one of those magic things where I'm like, oh, it didn't really actually take me as long as I thought it did. Which, you know, I'm kind of wishful thinking. I know that I am. But, yeah. All right. Next one. Thought I had a mittens one out. Oh, I did. It's right here. Here's that stack. Oh, guys, I'm going to have to pause that because I'm betting that's probably the vet's office checking on Piper. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, sorry about that next interruption. Oh, my goodness, I feel terrible that this video is like stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. It's all right, though. That's why you love me, right? Because I'm kind of erratic. I keep you on your toes. Oh, I'm going to laugh when this video is like 45 minutes. At this point, it could even be an hour. Okay, now we're just down to the little ones. Woot, woot. Let's see. Now for the next ones, how about we do the tag in this one? Because that's about the right size, I think. And then we'll just be struggling for the next one. Well, that one didn't go so well, did it? Oh. Turns out I can rip it again. How about that? Even it out just a little bit. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm a red hot mess today. Oh well. Such is life, right? Oh, and that's fabulous. It's all right. It's a good thing it's kind of a scrappy tag, huh? You guys must just laugh your behinds off. At least you know what happens to everybody, right? You will always get the big bad, or the good, the bad, and the ugly with me. Always. And I never claim to be an expert at anything. I'm an expert at making a mess. That's awesome. So now I'm gonna have to trim the tag down a little bit too. Yeah, you know. There, now it's not so bad, right? You can feel free to lie to me about it. It's all good. All right. And down to the last one. Oh my goodness. This one's been a bit painful, hasn't it? Let's do a solid color because this one's just about right. So I'm going to go ahead and I think that's too short. Yeah, okay. So we're going to do the length first. All right, guys, I'm really sorry this was painful to watch, but, you know, just do the absolute best you can, right? And then, yeah. They kind of look cute in spite of me. All right, guys. So let me cap these off really quick and kind of slide this over, cap the glues. Yeah, and then I will bring all of the ones that we made today back over so you can kind of get a good idea of what we did. So this one will be just a little bit shorter. Oh, I might need to redo that one. Not sure. won't get rid of it. We'll just, so yeah, these are the ones that we made today. And then this is the one that I made beforehand. And now that we have these, I would highly suggest paper clipping them together to keep them all together in your basket. All right, guys, sorry it was a little bit painful, but I had fun. And now that I'm in gear, now I think the next ones will go a lot faster. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.